Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all of my viewers. As we know, we have been learning from some days about history, and today our topic is change in later Vedic period. Change in later Vedic period as compared to early Vedic. As compared to early Vedic period. सबसे पहले मैं आपको ये बताऊंगा कि अर्ली वैदिक पीरियड का डेट क्या है, उसके बाद लेटर वैदिक. सिंस वी नो वैदिक पीरियड इन हिस्ट्री इंडिया इज फ्रॉम 1500 BC to 6000 BC. It is further subdivided into two, that is early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Early Vedic period is also called as Rig Vedic period because it was the Rig Veda which was composed and compiled and it extends from 1500 BC to 1000 BC. And similarly, later Vedic period is from 1000 BC to 600 BC. Hope you know it better now. Now, but where the changes, these things are the points to be remembered, to be learned in this lesson. Since we know Aryans came from Central Asia to India. For example, if it is Indian map, roughly I'm making here. I will not make it here. We know it is J&K, it is Afghanistan, this one would be Pakistan. They came from Central Asia, settled on the northwestern, that is north and western part of this Indian subcontinent. It's the early Vedic period, and here it is river Indus, and this was called as Indus Valley. One more river which we have in India today is Ganga river, and it is from here then passes this and goes into the Bay of Bengal. The first change we noticed here in later Vedic period as compared to early Vedic period was that is this change. In the later phase, the Aryans and non-Aryans, both people of India, that is native Indians, which were called as Datas and Dasyus, along with Aryans, started living more in Gangetic Valley than in Indus Valley. This Gangetic Valley, when they found it and saw that the fertility of this land is more rich than that of Indus, so they began to migrate to the Indus Valley, and more people began to settle in Gangetic Valley than that of Indus. It was the first change. Number two, in the last phase or later phase, last phase or later phase of later Vedic period. Later Vedic period, that is from 7000 BC to 6000 BC. Agriculture became more important than domestication. Agriculture became more important than domestication of animals. The reason would have been only because of finding the more fertile land, that is, the more fertility means the settlement on one common place, and besides it, there would have been change in environment which would have been favorable for human existence or human settlement on one common place. So they began to settle on one place and start cultivation of agriculture. Number third, in the early Vedic period, we saw that barley or Java was cultivated and was the main and single crop in early Vedic period. But here in later Vedic period, we saw money crops, as there is mention of money crops in later Vedic literature. There is mention of money crops in later Vedic literature. Number four, the religious practices or sacrifices, religious practices, that is sacrifices, yajnas and rituals. Sacrifices, yajnas and rituals, इनका क्या हुआ? Increased manifold. Increased manifold. Religious practices. We are seeing the change in the later Vedic period as compared to early. There are 18 samskaras or rituals. 18 samskaras or rituals that were performed for well-being of a man, or we can say child, and these rituals were performed in the life of a man. For example, if it is the life stage of a man, 16 were held, 16 held during this period. One was held before the birth, that is, he was not born yet. Before the birth of a child, or we can say this one was performed for conceivement of a child, and it is a reality. And one and the last was performed after the death of a man. Hope you are learning this. What were the changes? 18 sanskaras or rituals. I cannot give you the Kashmiri meaning, otherwise it would seem some sort of awkwardness to you. So we have to say that 18 rituals were being performed during the last stage, 16, and before and after 2. In this period, iron was also used. In this period, iron was also used. इससे क्या हुआ? This helped in the beginning of economic change. Economic change ज़्यादा ज़्यादा because it was this metal, that is iron, that was used for making iron bluff and axes. Iron bluff and hand axes and other tools, which made the use of fertile land as a resource इनके पास तो था ही, but to get the maximum output of this fertile land, one should have good tools. So it was this metal iron that fulfilled the need. In the later Vedic period, they made potteries of clay. Potteries of clay were made, which were painted grey ware, PGW, painted grey ware. Grey was the color of these potteries. Change को आपको याद रखना है, because if anytime a question is being asked to you, what were the changes in later Vedic period as compared to that of early Vedic period, so you have to be in quick response. Number, whatever that may is, Rajan, as you know, Rajan was the head of a tribe, head of a tribe, or simply we can say Rajan was a king. अब इसका क्या हुआ ये भी देखना है. Rajan became more powerful, and the assemblies which were responsible, like Vidatha, disappeared, and women were not allowed to participate in Sabha and Samiti. That is the importance became more powerful only, so only few people, now we can say rich or priest class, or and that is whether this may be, this may include educated ones, were used to select this Rajan, and the common people were ignored for electing this Rajan. So we can say simply a sort of democracy was no more now. Rajan also collected Baga. Baga. This was share in agricultural products. Agricultural products. Since we know there were more and more crops, agricultural products were also increased, and the king, that is Rajan, began to take share or revenue from them, from the people, and became rich and richer. One most important thing, first time ashram system originated. Ashram system originated in the period as mentioned in Jabala Upanishad. Jabala Upanishad. Upanishad, as we saw, it was later Vedic literary book, and total there were 108 Upanishads, out of which one is Jabala Upanishad. But only first three ashrams were known in this period. Only first three. There are four, but only three are mentioned in Jabala. These are Brahmacharya, Brahmacharya. Number two is Grihastha. Grihastha. Number third is Vanaprastha. Number fourth is Sannyas. Sannyasa. Sannyas. Brahmacharya means for students, but only bachelor. This stage was for bachelor students. Bachelor means a student or a man who has never married. Grihastha is family life. Vanafrasta, गिविंग अप फैमिली लाइफ फॉर मेडिटेशन, इस फैमिली लाइफ को छोड़ना एंड टू स्टार्ट मेडिटेशन। Start meditation. Sannyas means renouncing the world completely, दुनिया को छोड़ना और सिर्फ आखिरत को याद करना। This was sannyas. Sannyas is the last follow-up phase, stage up after the three. इन तीनों के बाद जो आएगा that is sannyas, खत्म। इसके साथ ही जो चीज इस लेटर वैदिक पीरियड में थे वो हमने तकरीबन देख लिए। तो होप you are enjoying. Thank you for being with me.